Listen, we got breaking news involving P.J. Washington. He was the final domino to fall. One of the final dominoes to fall. We're going to see what's going on with Kelly Oubre. But something's telling me that we're going to get the band back together. P.J. Washington re-signs with the Charlotte Hornets. Queen City stand up on a new 3-year deal worth $48 million. Now, we all know PJ was looking for a $20 million, annually situation, but he had to settle with $16 million a year. So we're going to get all into everything. This is being reported by everybody, this is big time news. The Charlotte Hornets is going to have a great team this season. They just got to put all the pieces together. The versatility that P.J. Washington will bring to the Charlotte Hornets, we're going to get into everything. But I want to read the reports. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports TV because we're going to be bringing an array of Charlotte Hornets content. Shout out P.J. Washington on getting the bag. The Hornets, they're taking care of their people. I said that PJ is a part of this core. He deserves to be a part of the next, trajectory of this squad. They just got everybody. We're going to get into everything, man. But restricted free agent forward, PJ Washington has agreed on a new 3-year, $48 million contract. He's staying with the Hornets. This is reported by Lift Sports Management agent Kevin Broadberry and Washington Sports Group, Paul Washington Sr., so that's definitely his group. P.J. Washington, 25, was the league's final unrestricted free agent this summer. So clearly he was holding out for something. The agreement avoids second Hornets forward signing a qualifying offer and becoming eligible for unrestricted free agency in 2025, something forward Miles Bridges did in July. So we all know what's going on with Miles. He trying to get taken care of. So this is good to make sure that everybody stays under one umbrella for an extended period of time. P.J. Washington average career highs in points, 15.7, and three-pointers, two a game. Last season, he was the first Hornets player in history to average 2 3-pointers and a block in the 2022-2023 season. So PJ is crazy, man. His whole entire situation has been an up and down campaign for him. We didn't know where PJ was gonna go. It seemed like he was gonna be possibly moving on. We heard teams that was interested. Everybody we heard. Cleveland. We also, I think, what we heard, if I'm not mistaken, of course, I believe, I'm trying to think who else was in the mix. I believe the Detroit Pistons was in the mix with PJ. There was a couple of names that was thrown out there to get, I think, Sacramento. It was definitely getting compelling. Let me know in the comments section, where would you have liked him to go, if he did not re-sign with the Charlotte Hornets, because that would have been something, crazy to say the least as well, if he didn't re-sign. And I knew that he was going to come back because, listen, they all want to be with LaMelo Ball. LaMelo is, at the end of the day, the biggest X factor in this whole situation. I don't know why people don't understand that. These guys ain't trying to leave, man. And they got Melo now. They got Brandon Miller. They got Mark Williams. This team is starting to look like something. On paper, it's looking like something. And you got to understand, in this league, when you have everybody, the young core is just getting completely broken apart. You hardly even get teams that have continuity. That's something that the Charlotte. Listen, I don't want to do too much talking. I don't want to do too much. You see where I'm going with this. But the Hornets is going to definitely be a great team. You understand? Because they all been together for an extended period of time, and a lot of teams are not going to be able to match that. I love what's happening with Charlotte. They just got to keep going and keep going. Don't miss a step. If we got to understand, we got to remember, Just last season was a wash. Think of the season before that, and then the season before that. From when Melo got there till now, it was only one really disgusting campaign, which was this year that just passed, which ended them netting Brandon Miller getting the second pick to even draft him. So at the end of the day, it's a gift and a curse. And Charlotte got to make sure that they struck gold with this pick, because I know they don't plan on ever being back in the lottery that close to first in a very long time, especially with LaMelo Ball. So they had to make this pick right, because this is probably the last, hopefully this is the last lottery pick in the next couple of years, or at least for the next close to decade, definitely through the duration of this contract. But it's gonna be crazy. But PJ is definitely a part of this core. He fits with LaMelo Ball. Even when LaMelo and all the guys went out, PJ took an extended role. So now we got to think, is PJ gonna come off the bench? How they gonna do this? But it doesn't matter. It's all about winning at the end of the day. If the Charlotte Hornets, if the players could buy into winning, I think that everything is going to be okay. But I don't think it's going to be too egotistical with these guys. They all love each other. They all have a relationship. He's got to be excited to come back and play alongside of a Miles Bridges, to know what this team can become. And PJ, he had to compromise somewhere. He had to, because I know what you wanted. But you had to take something. And the way that you want to win or what, and then you can go to these other teams. You don't know for sure what's going to happen to you when you go to these other teams. There's no guarantee that your career is going to take off. You know everything. You know the situation in Charlotte. They all was drafted by Charlotte, so they have a definite love affair. That Charlotte is celebrating 35 years. PJ Washington is intact. Listen, I'm here to book it right now. The Charlotte Hornets will make the playoffs this year through hella high water, whether it's through the play-in, through what. I believe that the Charlotte Hornets, when the dust settles, play-in and everything is all over with, the Charlotte Hornets will be one of the final teams standing in that 8 to get to the postseason. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting while the season progresses, to see how P.J. Washington gets himself acclimated with these guys, him relieving pressure off them by stretching the defense, also taking it to the paint, passing. P.J. is just putting it all together, and he lives in the gym. So shout out to P.J. Washington. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is. P.J. Washington just received the big-time bag. We're going to get into it all, y'all. Peace and love, man. 3 years, $48 million. Wow.